Dusty, how much did you kind of feel like those missed chances you guys had in the first 4 innings would really come back to bite you?
Well, they usually do, and usually we pick those runners up. And, we left quite a few runners on base. I think we left 11 on base. And then we didn't have a whole bunch of chances other than, the first 4 innings. We really had them on the ropes, in the first inning. We came out of there with one. And, like our bullpen did great. Javier has been, outstanding. Found too much of the plate on a 2-strike count to Swanson. And then he hung a breaking ball on the inside to Soler. And that was the difference in the ball game.
We'll stay there with Brian.
Dusty, how stunning was that 7th inning to where you guys are on the verge of tying this thing, and then all of a sudden with 2 hits, the stadium gets going again, and the Braves are 1 win away from winning it all?
Well, yeah. We usually try to really concentrate on winning the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and they won the 7th and the 8th. I mean, that got the crowd excited, especially, we knew that short wall in right field was going to come to effect sooner or later, but we were hoping that it would come to our benefit. But it came to theirs, and I thought that Alvarez, had a shot. I'd have been a fantastic play. And, they've been playing us tough. They've been playing us real tough. And so, we gotta win tomorrow. We've had our backs to the walls before, so, our guys know what to do. There's not a whole bunch to be said. We know what we have to do. We have to win tomorrow.
Danielle and then Jesse.
When Alvarez fielded Riley's hit in the 6th, in your view, what would have been the ideal way for that play to unfold? Because it seemed like he wasn't really sure.
Well, the ideal way was to, to hit the cutoff man. And, I thought that we had Riley at second base. I thought he came off the bag. It looked like, from our view and from the video, I was surprised when they called him safe. You could tell that Freddie Freeman was going all the way, trying to draw the throw. We just didn't execute the way that we usually do.
Jake, halfway back on your left.
Dusty, because of the nature of the game, you faced some important pinch hit decisions. I was wondering if you could shed some light on Greinke batting for himself in the 3rd, and also Mar went from the left side in the 5th when he struggled from the left side.
Well, you only have so many choices. Greinke swung the bat well. He got the pitch that he was looking for, and we really needed to stretch Greinke out some. Because we've been going to that bullpen like super early every day. And, Marvin was a choice at that time because I knew I was going to have to save Diaz, later in the game. And you can second guess all you want to. It's just a matter. That was my decision. And, we had left some runners out there prior to that.
Far back on the right, Jesse.
Dusty, could this be one of those rare times where you may have to tinker with the batting order? I'm thinking about, Bregman's spot in particular.
Well, yeah, I thought about it. I'll let you know tomorrow when I make the lineup out.
Go to Greg at the end of the 2nd row.
Dusty, you love so much about the group you have in that clubhouse. What do you lean on as you face this uphill climb with a 3-1 series deficit?
Well, you lean on your past. And, these guys we were down, like I said, 3-0 last year. And, you lean on that. And you lean on the other series that they've come back on. You really don't have any choice but that. And, how small is your faith if you just crumble under, every circumstance? You got to have faith that, that you can do it and it will get done.
Mark in the 2nd row.
Dusty, given how good your bullpen's been in the postseason, how surprised were you to see the 6th and the 7th, and especially Javier, given how good he's been in his whole 2 years in the postseason?
Well, everybody. None of these guys are perfect. And you can they could have popped those balls up, but they didn't. These things happen. That's why you play the game. Nobody's infallible, and it can happen to to the best of them. We got a young staff. A lot of these guys have been places where a lot of people will never go, and so all they can do is just learn from it.
Halfway back on the left hand.
Hey, Dusty.
Yes.
You mentioned sticking with Greinke. 4 innings isn't a ton, but for the postseason he's been having, it really is. I'm just curious what you made of that performance, and particularly sort of him getting stretched out to 4 innings.
Yeah, he was, he was great, and like I said, we were going to take him as far as we could, and we took him, to that point. He was dealing, and he threw up some key double plays. He was vintage Greinke, and don't forget, Greinke is an outstanding hitter at the same time, and that's why we stuck with him.
Bradford in the middle.
Hey, Dusty. When you compare, just the run production that you had during the AL part of the postseason, and then how stingy the Braves have been this round, how much of it is the Braves pitching, and how much of it is the collective approach of your guys at the plate?
Well, like they say, I've said it many times. They say good pitching beats good hitting, and then when you don't hit, they say what's wrong, and they've been pitching good against us. They've been pitching great against us.
Far back on your right, Dusty.
Yes.
Dusty, after Zach, what was the thinking of using Stanek instead of, say, Javier?
Well, it takes Javier a whole inning to get loose, and he's just now learning how to get warm as a reliever, and that's why we used Stanek at that time, because he gets loose, rather quickly. We'd have had to give Javier almost a full inning, which we did, and which we usually do, to get loose.
Do 2 more for Dusty, Mark, and then Dave.
Dusty, when Rosario makes that catch like that, is that one of those times where you just say, things aren't going our way?
Well, they haven't been going our way most of the series, but he's an outstanding player, and he's a really good outfielder. That ball had topspin on it, and if that ball had backspin, then the game would have been tied. But he made an outstanding play.
We'll finish up with Dave.
Dusty, what did you know about Kyle Wright, and what did you think about how he pitched coming in like when he did?
Well, we didn't know a whole bunch about him. We know he's been up and down. We know he has outstanding stuff, which we were told and which we saw in the video. We're also told that sometimes he can get wild with his pitches, and tonight he threw the ball. He threw the ball well when he came in and got out of bases loaded. With that sinker that he threw in on Carlos, we could tell right there that he had good stuff.
Dusty, thanks so much. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.